One of the things that we need in our leadership today is authenticity. We see a nation that's in turmoil because people are not authentic anymore. And that's one of the things I love about the truckers in this nation. They're real. They're taking it to the leaders, and it's taken authentic people to bring accountability back to America.
That's right. Yeah.
Without authenticity, there cannot be change.
Right.
And it starts with us. My name is William Owens. I travel this country in my RV, sharing poetry and inspiring hearts. And he's going to play a soundtrack, and I want to share this poem with you. We're good on the drums. Called Authenticity. I believe it will challenge your heart, because before we can expect change from our leaders, we got to start with change with ourselves. Whenever you're ready, spin Authenticity for me. And I believe that it is time that we embrace what God is calling us to do.
Yeah.
Authenticity is calling me. Authenticity. Down on the music just a little bit. Authenticity is calling me. Is exposing the me. Excuse me, DJ, the music's too loud for me, man. Mr. DJ, music's too loud. Can you start it from the top for me? Thank you. Knock it down just a little more. Thank you. All right, we're ready, y'all. I love America. I love this nation. I love what God is doing. And this is why authenticity is calling me. It's exposing the me that's not. It's measuring me with the original I'm made to be. My voice is not mine. My walk is uneven, obstructed by who I think I am. I'm mine. Copying what's popular, not to be bothered by the need to find the me I was made to be. It's painful, you see, to dig deep inside my soul, to unearth the dressing up of my safe self, to face my face without the gloss, to erase the smile forced by thoughts, not original, not me. Like a pipe stuck in my brain, making my head too heavy to hold up high. I've inhaled images passing by my eye, voices whispering lies in my ear, letting vain people tell me who they see me to be, when they have no clue of who they are, and living in misery like our politicians. I kiss myself by kissing others who, like me, are scared of authenticity. Kissing not just with lips, but joining hips by standing in a vain place. Taking sips of liquid lies, connecting our brains with words that make safe my insane rationale to remain who I'm not. I'm looking for an exit from this trap. The gentleness of authenticity doesn't stop her calling me, loving me, drawing me to the one who knows me, made me, called me to be the me he sees deep inside. I grow tired, agitated to my core. I'm ready for the rest I need so desperately to be restored. The rest I long for. Such rest I can only obtain from coming to him. Receive from his hand redemption through this man. Jesus, authentic through and through. By him, all things were made to be what it only could be. History testifies, billions justify. His death destroyed the old me who loves to play with the dead. His resurrection set me free in my soul, made access to the real me he made, gave me power to be raised, took that pipe out of my head. I'm no longer sad when my eyes open in the morning time. Got my voice, know his will, learning how to walk my walk, standing straight before all, no longer leaning. I'm loving who I am. I found myself through him. No longer frustrated, castrated, or pathetic. I am me, the original he made me to be. I am authentic.
Those dudes put their differences aside every day and then put their lives in each other's hands, the people they disagree with, and then go protect people and put their lives on the line. So what I did, I decided to go to New York from the Trump rallies. So I was walking in and out of police and fire stations. I was walking in and out of police and fire stations like the nigga cop. Guitar, asking to speak to the chief, to the public information. And the thing about it was, dude, here's this black dude here's a black dude with a guitar on, walking in and off the street from Nebraska, and I'm asking for these people, and they go get them. And I end up sitting in the office, I'm telling stories. And First Precinct in Manhattan invited me back. I got to talk into a group at a Christmas party thing. Was it the firehouse that lost the most men during 9/11? I got a chance to address them. So during that Christmas, I was like, man, I found what unites America. So I went back to Omaha. I cooked up with the first responders there, and the 7 days before Christmas, man, I went to every police station, every roll call, every firehouse, told my story and sang a Christmas song. 2 days after Christmas, I get a message from a lady on Facebook who said she had just retired and she was going to commit suicide that Christmas. But she saw the coverage of what I was doing on television and made her feel like her life was worth living. When I heard that, I quit the band I was in for 30 years, man. I said, you know what? If this is what God is doing with my music, I just got in front of people. So I just started traveling. Some of the people didn't even know I was coming. I'd knock on the door, and because I was there, they said, well, dude, can you come back? You know, our roll calls are like 2:30. So I would show up, and as soon as I would do it, man, they'd be on the phone, tears in the eyes, hugging me. Hey, we got this guy from Omaha, Nebraska. You guys, we'll send him to the next roll call. So I have visited, with this deal, I have visited over 100 police and fire stations across the country living in my truck.
Well, tell me a little bit about your background, what you're doing before this.
Well, there's a band called the Confidentials in Omaha, Nebraska. I mean, we're really popular. I played with Kool and the Gang, Starship. Did that for 30 years. Me and my brother Stan led that band. I also played baseball for the Cornhuskers. I was a pitcher for the Minnesota Twins during the baseball strike. Played some minor league ball. The Minneapolis Loons, the Southern Mini Stars, the Regina Cyclones. I even lived in Canada playing baseball, man. But I'm married. I got a great wife, a great family. Been with my wife probably almost 38 years, married 30 years this year. I got 4 kids, one that's 28, studying, about to work on her doctorate. Got another kid being groomed to be the bank manager, she's 26. And then I got 20-year-old twins, a boy and a girl. They're in college. He plays baseball. The other one lives on campus, going to school. And so my mom lives with me now, so basically I just kind of take care of the family.
What made you change your path? Like, you just said a little bit about it.
Well, man, changing my path,
it was
because you want to have, everybody wants to have purpose, man. I mean, you want to use your gifts and talents to really make a difference in someone's life. And the Confidentials were a very entertaining band. It's fun to entertain people and love on people that way, but people are really going through some stuff. I don't know about you, man, but I grew up a lot in the 70s, and a lot of the music in the 70s really made you think, you know. Even the love songs, a lot of kids have these songs that have the stuff, you know, get laid, get paid, that kind of stuff. But you know, at least the songs back when we were growing up was trying to get you to fall in love with somebody and feel that connection with another human being. And so I just feel like because of the experiences I've had when I've played at like open mics and songwriter things, when people come up to you crying and tell you that they needed to hear that exact message today because of something they've been going through for the last week or the whole year, then you know that's what you need to be doing, man. So that's what it's all about.
And then the last question I want to ask you is, it sounds to me like you said before, you know, coming out here, you know, there's a lot of media surrounding these people and the way they think and how they might feel about someone who's black. What have you experienced since you've been here?
Since I've been here, I've experienced, I don't know if you've ever been to a church retreat when you're a kid. You know those church retreats your parents make you go to?
I did.
You don't want to go to those retreats. But this is one people wanted to go to, but it's like you come to this, especially those folks who are curious. You know, this is one of those environments it's non-political. Yes, there's some Trump flags, but you gotta expect something everywhere. As long as people are trying to get along, you leave people alone. But it's like, oh man, I had a brain fart.
No, yeah. How people received you.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, it's like that church retreat that people don't want to go home from once they get here. Dude, last night, check this out. Last night, I'm walking in the parking lot. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and this guy's talking to his kid. He's got this really heavy accent, like a Middle Eastern accent. So I walk up to him and say, hey, what's going on, man? Where are you from? He goes, I'm from Morocco. And he goes, you can feel it, man. You can feel it. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
My friend from Pakistan, he did the same thing. He lost his mind. He's rolling around.
What's up, man? But you can feel it, man. And that's my whole point. I was on Facebook with some people today. I said, you know what? I'll give you $5,000 if you come here, stay in my camper. $5,000 if you come here and leave with the same perspective.
Yeah.
But you won't. And if you say you do and you want your money, then I'm gonna say, no, you're not getting your money because you have a different perspective now. You're like those bigots who know the difference, and now you're still not gonna change.
And to say exactly what along the lines of what you're saying, all the books I've read, everything I've learned, the way that people empathize with people that are outside of their tribe, and it might be that there are a bunch of white people that are like only around white people in some place, you integrate and your perspective changes, and that part of you that might be what we call racist is because you haven't had exposure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And did you come by yourself?
Oh yeah, I came from Cali.
My point is this. I think 85% of the people I've met here have come by themselves. They did not come with a buddy or a friend. If they came with someone, it was a husband or a wife or their kids. But most people here are all by themselves.
Yeah, that's right.
That's awesome, dude.
Dude, thank you.
The heart of America, baby.
All right.
All I ever had, redemption songs, songs of freedom, these songs of freedom.
Tell you how this feels. I traveled the truck show circuit for years. I've done funeral convoys. I've done everything you can think of that would give you chills. But the turnout, the support, the brotherhood, the family feeling, these people on the bridges in the rain, the cold. I know you've all seen them, right? Yeah. Waving, jumping up and down, just giving you a honk. You know, it gave me chills like I've never had before, and I've never felt more at home at an event like this. You know, truck shows, all that stuff. Everybody's like, oh hey, yeah, you know, you're cool, you're buddies. This is like a family. Yes. And it's weird because we all watch each other six. You know what I mean? We all got each other's back, and it just the people bringing stuff in. We were parked up by the gate the other night. People were bringing us food, cards. It was just the support for this whole thing is insane. The world has come together with no media coverage for this. Has anybody seen this on major news anywhere? No. Nothing? Yeah. How many people have you seen?
They're not gonna report this.
Exactly. I came from about 20 miles west of Dayton, Ohio, and we came across, and I'm telling you, it is a tearjerker seeing these people on the bridges, on the side of the road, in the medians, cheering for all of us. Why?
Make a difference.
Because everybody wants a change.
Yes.
We may be shooting a BB at a locomotive, but enough of us together will be a shotgun shell, right, Dave? That's right. We will stop this. Things are going to change. America will be America again, because who works for who? They work for us. That's right. Thanks. Sorry. Oh, I got ADHD. It's like Peter Griffin thing. The two semis down there with the flags on the grills of them, I would be honored if you guys would please stop by before you leave and sign your name and where you're from, because we're going to frame them and we're going to hang them up, because this is history in the making and we're never going to forget it. Thanks, guys.
This means so much to me, and believe it or not, this is my first time speaking in front of people in my entire life. I was diagnosed with PTSD after I finally gave in, and my family and everybody told me that I wasn't the same after the Marine Corps. I didn't believe it. I always thought I was the same, and but I wasn't. The best thing I ever did was pick up that hotline and call the VA, because it changed my entire life. That being said, I did try to take my life. I gave up on all humanity, especially at the pandemic really did that to me. It made me sit on my back porch for 2 years, and I would go nowhere but the VA and to my house, because I gave up on humanity. But that is not the case looking out here now. So I knew when I went with my son and my wife, they wanted me to go on this trip, and I said, I just don't know if I can do it. I have a routine. I stay at my house. I knew when I got in the truck with my son and we loaded up, I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie. But when I went under that first overpass in Edgewood, New Mexico, the goosebumps and the tears in my eyes were so freaking awesome, and I knew there was faith in humanity, and I knew I was gonna make it all the way to here, Hagerstown, Maryland. So last night, one other thing. I lost a real good buddy in Mogadishu, Somalia, when they shot the Black Hawks down, and I'm sure we're all familiar with that. It was years ago, but some of you might be familiar with it. And his family wanted me to sprinkle some of his ashes on Washington, D.C. if I ever got there. So yesterday, me and my son journeyed while you guys traveled all the way around Washington, D.C. We went right through the Beltway. Just like Billy the Kid would say, you got to go straight through the Lincoln. So that's what we did. We wasn't intimidated. I wasn't going to be intimidated because I lost buddies. I mean, I lost family members in the military. I'm sure all of you all have too. I went and I done what I was told to do, and I sprinkled his ashes on Washington, D.C. yesterday. So I know everybody else got to talk. I don't want to take up all your time, but I was laying in the bed last night, and this is how I felt, and it just rolled off my tongue, and I sent it out, and some of you might have seen it on the Telegram last night, but it went something like this, and obviously I kept it. But it's about the convoy, and this convoy is just not for the trucker mandates. I mean, it's for all of us. It's for all, that's why it's called the People's Convoy. It's for the family members banned from visiting family in nursing homes. It's for censorship on all social media platforms. It's for all the people afraid to speak in fear of being called conspiracy theorists. It's for people who didn't want to give up their freedom of choice. It's for people who don't want to give up their rights to bear arms. It's for the people who don't want to be in debt for the next 100 years, which we're going that way right now. It's for the people afraid to hug their family and visit their friends. It's for the people who want their lives back, for the hairdressers to cut hair, for the restaurants to serve food, for the bars to play music, for the students to learn, for the kids to be free, for the people who want to work but are forced not to. This is for the people. This is for trying to silence honest, hard-working citizens. Never in my life have I ever seen the healthy punished and the sick untreated. This is for 300,000 surgeries canceled, including my grandfather, who died and they wouldn't do surgery on him because he was not vaccinated. Yeah, that's what I say. This is for the frontline workers, delivery truck, grocery store clerks, teachers who are constantly working overtime. This is for all of us. And this is what I say to the people that don't believe in what we're doing right now, because this is huge. I said, if you don't support the truckers, it's okay. You know why? If mandates get lifted, I would like to remind you can still stay home. No one will rip the mask off your face. No one will force you to dine in a restaurant. You can drop your children off at their leisure activity and wait in your car. You can still say no to the family gatherings, events. You can live within your four walls and no one will stop you. We will not judge you for your choice. We will just be glad you have one. This is the point of freedom of choice. While you're comfortable where you are, we are comfortable moving on with our lives. You stay safe, I will stay free. Semper Fi. Oh, and then once again, I don't know if they're over here, but Mike Landis and Brian Brazzi, thanks for getting me out of my shell. I feel alive again.
Let's give it up for Shane one more time. Inspirational. I mean, I'm not a crier, but I've been crying, and I know a lot of you have too, so don't act so tough, because this is some really heartwarming stuff that's going on, and I can't say it enough how happy I am to be here. I feel like I'm with my people finally. I come from New England, I come from Boston, and I've seen that city just go so downhill in the past couple of years. It's a sad thing to see, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen your own cities go downhill.
LA, Chicago.
But we're coming together, and we are inspiring. We're inspiring everyone, our friends and our family, to wake up to the truth, and to not just wake up, but to hold those accountable. That's what I've been trying to tell any kind of media figures, anybody who's asking what we're all about. It's a lot about accountability, because we have to make sure this can never happen again. So I appreciate, again, I'm going to keep saying it, I appreciate each and every one of you being here. What we're doing is so special. And let's hear it for our Canadian brothers and sisters who started this. Come on, we can do more than that.
I don't know if anybody knew or not, but we had a few meetings today down on Capitol Hill. Before I go any further, I got to make an announcement. No more truck horns after 8 p.m. No more truck horns after 8 p.m. It's important. We're getting noise complaints. So no more truck horns after 8 p.m., please. Thank you. So yeah, we had a couple meetings tonight. And I think the first one went real well. Second one, well, they tried to cut out the people being able to see what was talked about. They said no live stream, no media, no cameras, no nothing in that second meeting. It's all right though, because I made my point very clear to them very quickly. We were actually getting ready to call the whole meeting off and walk out. And they kind of looked at me like they couldn't believe that we would do such a thing. And I kind of stayed on them a little bit, and then I got a little message that said sometimes when they want no cameras, it's because they want to work with you and they want to keep it hush-hush for a moment and explain a plan. So I said, okay, we'll hear them out for a minute or so. So the meeting gets started. Within 30 seconds, I knew they didn't have no plan. So right away, Alan Kelly fires up his phone, goes Facebook Live on it, so that hopefully some people could watch what was being discussed. Then a little bit into my part of being able to talk, I explained to them basically about how this is the people's movement. Yes. And that it's not right, and that we almost walked out because you kicked out our live stream. Yeah. We set up that live stream. We worked with someone to have that live stream specifically so that the people, especially the People's Convoy, could see what was being discussed in these meetings and what we were talking about and how some of us were representing the masses that are here. Because we don't think it's fair that only 1, 2, 3, or 5 get to go to these meetings. Everybody should be heard. Everybody's voice is equally as important. Now, obviously, I can't roll down there and take 3,000 people and walk into an office. We just won't fit. 500. Don't worry, we're working on getting them down here. We've said it multiple times today that we want them to come down here and speak to y'all. But what we're doing in order to compromise with that is, well, we set up a live stream so that you guys can at the very least, know that we are doing our damnedest to represent you all the best that we possibly can. The people that went along today were passionate, they were caring, they understood the assignment. Some of you get that, some of you don't. The point is I think that even with that second meeting, kicking out our live streamer, which by the way, we got our live streamer back in there, set back up, and the rest of the meeting was live streamed. So, you know, it's really nice to be able to sit there and say, right now, while I'm sitting here talking to you, there is a convoy wrapping around that beltway right now. What's really awesome about it is these are people that any other day of the week wouldn't give any one of us the time of day.
Amen. Amen.
Unless you were their constituent. But if you don't, well, they technically have to.
And even then.
But they usually have their secretaries or staff or something like that meet with you. Anyways, my point in what I'm saying is they're hearing us. We're making a statement. And the process has just begun to finally slap them in the face with the fact of that they work for us. There's still a long road to go in this process, but what I love about this is that we keep just getting these little wins, and they keep dumping into the basket. We're stacking them up. We're stacking these wins up. And even when the media, there's a certain individual that was in the Ted Cruz and Ron Johnson Senate meeting, even when that guy tried to come at us and tried to say what he wanted to say and shut us down, and it's the same guy that said that the first day we did the Beltway, I don't know if you're all tracking it, but this guy said the first day we did the Beltway, he said that the Beltway defeated the Convoy. We've doubled in size since that first time we went around the Beltway. Just shows how out of touch some folks just really are. But you know what? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, even guys like that, they got a job to do. They have to do their job, and they're reporting what they think is facts. And they come at us and they say all kinds of messed up stuff. But see, what they don't understand is that their personal beliefs, their personal feelings, are interfering with the true story. These same people that want to say that we're dividing the nation, that we're racist, or that we're anti-vax, these people that want to put us into these categories, they're saying that we are this, is actually them that is dividing us. The media has been the problem just as equally as much as the politicians. They keep dividing us. All you got to do is walk one time around this place and see the unity that stands right here. You can see the community that has been developed here. You can see the people on the left side of the aisle that are hanging out down here, and you can see the folks on the right side of the aisle. You can see the gays, the straights, the husbands, the wives, the daughters, the brothers, the kids, the dogs. You can see every walk of life in this group. We are united. We are the people. We will not, and I told them this in the meeting a couple times today, I'm pretty sure. I don't really remember, but I think I did. I told them that this convoy is the people and that America has their back. And that was on full display, whether it was the first tens, then it was the hundreds, then it was the thousands, then it was the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and now millions of people in total between the multiple convoys that have rolled in here, of folks across the country that line the interstates, that line the off-ramps, the on-ramps, and the overpasses. Millions of supporters when you take into account all the convoys from the different directions that all met right here in Hagerstown right now. Millions of Americans support what we are doing. We are not some fringe minority anymore. I don't think we ever were. I think it's just a term that they try to say to keep us divided. But here's the thing. We're not going to let them divide us, right? We're going to continue to stand strong, right? We're going to keep doing the right thing, right? We're going to stay peaceful, law-abiding citizens while stretching our muscles, right? Today is a tiring day going up there, and I need a shower because I can still smell it. And I'm not going to go into too much detail because we had those live streams. What I'll say is I believe today was a win. Even that second meeting that we had to start it off with, well, this sucks and we don't want to meet with you unless our live stream can come in. But it still worked out. And what we learned today was that even on the right side of the aisle, some just don't care what we have to say. Yes, sir. What we learned was that there's plenty of people in office that are way too comfortable with their cushy seats. What we learned today was that it's going to take the people standing up, even at the state level, to get something done. So right now, I'm going to appeal to all these live streams and cameras and everything filming and anybody watching from around the country, just like I've done around the world, telling everybody to stand up. I'm going to tell those in the United States that could not make it to the convoy but supports us, to those of you that want to do something to help, rally your people to your state capitals now. Now is the time to put the pressure on the state capitals. Right now, while we're here doing our thing, you need to be there doing your thing. Because together we can make this happen. But we ain't gonna get done with just us. It's gonna take all of America standing up. It's gonna take all of you at home rallying truck drivers, rallying the people of the country, rallying the people of your state to go to your state capitals and remind your state governments that they work for us! And those of you in the states that don't agree with it, you can thank the last meeting we had that made it abundantly clear that it's time to put some pressure on the states to put them on pressure here at the capital city. It is because of them that I am making that announcement. It's because of them that I'm trying to help rally people to organize in your states and get it done. And if you can't get it done, I'll set a date myself, and those here will help go to those states to plus up your numbers to do something at the state level as well. Together, we can get this done. United, we stand. Divided, we fall. That is very true. Very true, and more true right now probably than it has ever been since 1776. This movement, something like this has never been seen before other than in Canada. But I mean, here in the United States, something like this has never been seen before. The level of dedication, people quitting their jobs and selling off their 401ks. People sleeping on their motorcycle under a tarp. People sleeping in cars in the back 40. Something like this. Teamed up with truck drivers, which most of the four-wheelers hate on their way to work. Don't worry, because the truckers hate you too on your way to work. Always in our way. We're in your way and you're in ours. But never, ever, ever have you seen this like this before. Never has this happened before, and that's why I'm confident that at the state level, the people that want to be here but can't, the people in California, in Washington, Oregon, the people in Indiana, Illinois, Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut, Maine, wherever you may be, in every single state, you must stand up. You must do something. You must be a part of this. Now is the time. Remind your state governments once again. That's all I got tonight. I love you. I can't wait to update y'all in the morning. For now, I'm going to go get some rest and figure out what meetings we got tomorrow. God bless you all. God bless the United States. Everybody stay safe out there.